So the complex B2B sales process, a considered purchase for the buyer, right? I think all too often content marketing has been relegated only to the top of the funnel in creating the awareness and creating that first download, that first click to create a connection to a sales rep who is then going to take it from there. Well, that's an internal view, right? That's the marketing department thinking, did I generate leads? And a sales department thinking, I got it from here and I'm going to close it. But that's not how the buyer experiences the brand, right? And I hate to use the word brand because it's not hand-to-mouth lead generation, but the reality is that's how buyers experience you as a company, the brand experience. They don't think, oh, I'm on the website, therefore I'm now dealing with the marketing department. And when they're on the phone with a business development rep, oh, I'm now dealing with the sales department. And then they get an email follow-up from that BDR that came from some marketing automation software, oh, I'm now dealing with the marketing department again. They don't see that. They experience the company. And that experience with that brand has many touch points. It'll have maybe some website interaction. Maybe it's going to start with organic search. Then it's going to lead to a download. And then it's going to lead to maybe a phone call and a voicemail that is never returned from a sales rep. And then maybe it's going to turn to some email touches. And then it's going to turn into a real conversation with a real human being. And then it's going to turn into some Facebook, social media, LinkedIn interaction as you're checking references. It's all a single brand experience, but there are different types of content that play their role in assisting that sales rep or that sales team throughout that process, right? So for example, top of funnel, when you're just trying to resonate with the high probability pains of that prospect, maybe a white paper is the best thing to just make that initial connection with, this company gets me. They understand the problems that I face. Maybe a customer testimonial shared through a social media site is the right medium and right channel later in the process. Maybe that content isn't in fact even discovered by the prospect themselves or delivered through marketing automation. Maybe it's some content that was actually developed for the sales rep to send on their own, right? So we can't think about content marketing as top of funnel and there's some magic tipping point that stuff gets flipped over a fence to a B2B sales rep who then carries it the rest of the way. We got to think about, certainly it's marketing's job at the top of the funnel to create those initial interactions, right? Because you don't want your sales team out there cold calling necessarily. So certainly responsible for the initial interactions. But an initial interaction doesn't mean they're now a qualified prospect in the sales funnel. Now you have this joint effort of content and sales together working to move that prospect through the entire sales process.